You're tuned in to The Thinking Class with Lawrence D. Adams. Let's go.
You don't know what it is. Look at this mic hot. It's my birthday. What? Gonna be what? My birthday. My pepper. Make sure this camera's on. Yeah. LGA in the place. Hey, Dr. B, my boy. Dr. Bieber, what? Hey. March 18th is my birthday. Peace to the ticket guys. Shout out to the RJ for being in there. Happy birthday. Wade with the fire sign. My dude. Weasel. Peace. LDA salute to my OG. Peace to everyone. It's about to be LDA's birthday. Let's get it. 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 Get it. Get it. Hey. Hey. About to be what? Let me cut the music. Cut the music. I want him to ding. Pull it back. 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 Shout out to everyone that's in the chat room. Everybody that's watching from around the world. This is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combined. You got the thinking class. Let me say that again. We got the who? The thinking class. Shout out to everyone that's a part of it. You've been rocking with me since day one and one to this day. Shout out to everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I am. Let me pull back from the camera because it's bothering me how close I am. But salute to everyone. Salute to everyone that's listening. If you can hear me clearly in the chat room, let me know in the chat room that you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know in the chat room you can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure I get this. My volume is good because, you know, it's my birthday coming up, March 18th. I'm going to do a birthday stream too, so I'm going to let you know. I'm going to do a late stream, loud and clear. Good, good, good. I'm going to do a birthday stream. Good to see you. So the number today and the number this weekend will be 52. I turned 52 years old on Monday. Turned 52 years old on Monday. I am proud to be 52 years old because a lot of my homies didn't make it. So I'm glad to be 52 years old. I made it. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. Thank you for the thinking class. Thank you for everybody being here. We're going to talk about reorder your story. But 52 is the number for the weekend and for this time. Shout out to everybody that's here. I don't want to waste your time. I want to get to what I want to talk about because I think it's important. And I got two waters out. God, I didn't see the other one. But today we're going to be talking about reordering your story. You know, I talked about this before, and we always talk about the game. You know, game as we define it as strategy, understanding female and male nature, understanding how to maneuver in the world. So I definitely want to talk about reordering your story. Some of us have the wrong story playing in our mind. Now, we already talked about that. We already have it, that we possess it and all that kind of stuff. But I want to get this game here about reordering. Let me stop my camera. There we go. About reordering your story. Some of us, and I gave the story last week about my teacher that was in 6th grade. And some of us have the wrong story in our head that's keep going around like an old CD player. It keeps skipping and keep going and going and going. What's, you know, the real game is not what you, and I've always said this and I'm always going to stand by it. If you want this game, it's definitely for you. The real game is not what you play with others. It's the game that you play with yourself. Let me say that again for those in the back of the room. The real game is the game that you play not on others, but the game that you play on yourself, because you realize that every chess move that you made first in your imagination. And for those who don't know, we say the imagination is the playground of the gods. And so what I'm saying is, sometimes what trips us up in the game and what trips us up in life and what we're doing is that we have the wrong story about ourselves and most of all about other people. Let me say that again. We have the wrong story about ourselves and about other people. We have the wrong story. We have the wrong story about ourselves and about other people. And what happens is we end up repeating the stories that we have never dealt with or we have not unearthed. I can admit some of us may have a wrong story. Let's be real clear. Some of you, because you came on YouTube, you were looking for information on the game. Some of y'all have the wrong story about women. You may understand female nature, but your story about women is not right. For the women that are listening, some of you may understand masculine nature, but you have the wrong story about men. So no matter what you know about the opposite sex, the story that you keep going to, gravitating to you, has that blessings to you, brother. Good to see you in here. The story that you gravitating to is stopping you. Let me cut this off. It's stopping you from moving forward in the game. Like I said, this weekend is my birthday. Monday is my birthday. I will be going live streaming on Monday for my birthday. Shout out to everyone that's here. But I need to say that because I think a lot of times, and make sure this is hot. A lot of times, a lot of people get the game, but the story that they have inside of them is fighting against the game that's inside of them. So there's an internal war that's going on. And what we want to do is stop the war that's going on inside of you and realize that the real game is the story that you're telling yourself. What are you saying about life? What are you saying about women? What are you saying about money that nobody hears? What are you saying in secret that no one hears? You know, when you by yourself and you all alone and you in your room or you're reading and you thinking about, you know what, ain't none of these women ain't right. I can't stand these women. They all for the streets. All men are dogs. Man, I never get my money right. What story are you constantly being the actor in and not realizing that you supposed to be the director in? This y'all don't want this game out of this the real game. This is the thing. Like I said again, the game is what you play with yourself. Everybody just comes to participate. So let me say that again. The story that you have inside of you that you're holding on to, that you done snuggled up with and laid in bed with, this story that you have inside of you is really the story that's holding you back, because you keep thinking you're an actor in the story and not realizing that you are the director, of the story. I don't know. You can't call me right now. Not realizing that you are the director in the story. Once you realize that you are the director in the story, you have every right to change director and the writer of the story. You have every right to change the story. You have every right to change the story. Some of y'all are living the stories that your parents gave you. Some of y'all live in the story that other people had give your parents, your cousins, your friends, your neighborhood gave you. I feel like I was telling myself things, but not making actions towards their statements. Wow, faith without works, correct. So some of y'all are living the story that what your father didn't do or what your mother could not do. Some of y'all live in the story of the neighborhood that you're from. You know, I got a story from the neighborhood I'm from. I say I'm from St. Clair and I lived up on Euclid. So I got a whole story. But are you going to allow that story to fence you in that you can never break out of it? Sometimes our stories is holding us back in the game, and the real game is life. I know a lot of people want to give you some other stuff, but I'm here to give you the most potent thing. And I'm going to say this because I heard something this week. It is not overnight, but you need to change your story. You have the wrong story about yourself. Some of y'all don't even know it, that your insecurities and your story about yourself is impeding you or stopping you from moving forward. Man, I can tell you so many stories about things that I've done, that I said, and it was the wrong story. That's why I'm saying reorder. Reorder your story. Reorder your story, because that's what's important. And this is the most powerful thing that you can do. Now, now when I say reorder your story, I mean you need to go and look at what you're saying to yourself while you by yourself. You need to look at what you're saying to yourself when you're by yourself. Most people don't want this. They don't want that. See, this is the thing that makes you got to examine and look in the mirror and say, you know what? Is it me or is it them? And many times it's the person in the mirror that needs to be looked at. So I want you to really get this right now. You have to get out of the stage of being the actor in your story and become the director in your story. And what I mean by the director and the writer of your story, some of y'all need to throw the story, the script that you've been living, and throw it away. Like, I mean, you hearing all this sounds all convoluted. It sounds like woo-woo stuff. Let me help you out. I had a story that I was playing in my mind that I would never travel out the country. Just to be very clear, this was back about 12, 15 years ago. But I always had a desire to go to different countries. But I had this story that it's going to cost a lot of money, that something's going to happen. I had this story that was going in my mind that I would never have enough money to travel out of the country or even get a passport. And because I was taking and believing that story, it was stopping me from moving forward in the direction of going out of the country and actually getting my passport. I even had a story about how much money I think I was going to make. Now, I know some of y'all may not want to admit it, but you got to think about it. Some of y'all had a story about how much money you think you was going to make based on education, based on what someone else said. And that story that you're holding on to is actually keeping you back. So you're asking me, LDA, we're going to go a little bit deeper. How do I change that story? That's what you want to know. How do I change that story? The first thing you must admit that the story that you're listening to inside of you, the conversation that you're having inside of you, is affecting everything around you. The story that you have inside of you is affecting everything around you. Everything around you. And the moment you realize that what you've been seeing in your life, who's been showing up in your life and who has not been showing in your life is based on the story that you've been telling yourself, you got to say, wait, man, I got to do something different. I had to do that even this week. I've been doing it all this year. I said, man, I'm telling myself the wrong story. So what I had to do is I said, you know what, let me readjust myself and adjust my story. I had the wrong story about money. Some of y'all have some of the stories that you have that money can only come from your job. Let me say that again. Some of y'all have the story that money can only come from your job. Some of you have the story that you can only meet women at the club. You never thought about the grocery store. You never thought about when you're jogging. You never thought when you're at the gym, because you have this story is holding you back. So what I had to do is I said, you know what, this story that I'm doing, it don't serve me no more. So what I did was I said, let me adjust my story about me. Let me say that again. Let me adjust my story about me. So I went in and I thought about it. I'm thinking that, just for sake of example, that money can only come from a job. That's a story. So all the money that came in, I thought, well, hey, it can only come from working job and working hard, because that's what I was taught. I had the silent generation, then I had the baby boomer, my grandfather, my father, silent generation, and then the baby boomer. You got to work hard. You got to get hard for the money. You got to work hard for the money. They never told me that there were other options or another story that can get money multiple ways and to double my money in the amount of time that I work. At the time when I was, I think my father was still alive. What I did was it was a plus for me working at Sherwin-Williams. I worked at the headquarters of Sherwin-Williams in accounting. So that was like, ooh, wow, you doing big things. You working at Sherwin-Williams. You got you working. You better stay there. That's a good job. Because that was the story that the baby boomers got during the time that they were that they got to get a good job and stay on there for so many years. So for me to switch jobs, they're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't switch jobs. You better stay on that job and be fair with that job. And not realizing that story no longer works in the times that we're in. People switch jobs more than they switch, almost as much as they switch socks. Why? Because that story that was back then doesn't work now. So what I'm getting at is you need to evaluate what story that you're looking at. And I had to evaluate. And what happens is I kept getting the roadblock when it say what came to money because I thought only money can come from working at a job. I said, man, this ain't this ain't cool. And then when money did come from outside working a job, guess what happened? I would fight it because I said this ain't right. Money shouldn't come this way. Now I seen everybody else get money other ways, but somehow I was fighting in that this was the way to get money. If you guys picking up what I'm putting down, put a number 1 in the chat room because I don't want to let me know you guys are there. Let me know you guys are there. You understand what I'm saying as far as with the importance of telling yourself the right story. Relate. Good. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. I can relate. I can relate, brother. Money can come in so many ways. It's unbelievable. Good. Yep. Way shoot. Appreciate you guys. Yep. And so what happens is until you adjust your story that's inside of you, what's going to happen is you're going to be staying on that stratosphere or on that plane and you're never going any further. So now you must become the director and begin to write. Sharon Williams, Sharon Williams was a good, that's what they told me. Sharon Williams is a good job. That's a good job, LD. You're doing a good job. And I worked in the county and everything like that. But this the thing. I'm gonna be real, very, very clear. And I worked at the headquarters. Anybody want to track check and whatever the case may be, I don't care. But I worked at the headquarters. And I started from the mailroom and went into the county with no prior experience. But I'm gonna tell you something. What's good? What's going on? Let me say this. I could not stand being in that cubicle. I would do my work and walk around the whole facility. Let me say that again. I could not stand sitting in that cubicle and crunching numbers. Now, I had to do it at the first of the month and the end of the month because we had reports we had to do. But at the end of the day, I cannot stand this sitting down in a cubicle, crunching numbers, and just trying to. It just drove me crazy. I feel like, and I would, I would talk to and try to talk to my other people in the cubicles. I try to talk to other people. I couldn't take it just sitting down in the cubicle. It was driving me crazy, almost like I had ADD. It was going too much. I couldn't do it. I would go to the cafeteria and come back. We had a basketball court where at the facility that I was at, and I would go play basketball, but I couldn't take it. It was a good job. It was status quo. Everybody feel you and came up. You got a house, you got the wife, you got the 2.1 kid. You got me 1.1 kid because one kid was on the way. You doing good, but I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, being in that cubicle drove me crazy. Sometimes other people's stories that they want to put on you is not the story that you need to take on. Sometimes the story that others put on you is not the story that you need to take on. Your body was letting you know, man. I'm gonna be clear. I couldn't take it. They thought, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. I would try to talk to coworkers. We would go out for lunch and things like. I couldn't take going out. We played basketball. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. I was living somebody else's story, not living mine. And many people have been living other people's stories and not living theirs. And what happened is be very clear. So I can be very honest. I began to self-destruct. Let me say that again. I began to self-destruct when it came to that story and that particular job. Y'all got to be y'all. If you're gonna be honest and be transparent, let me tell you, I began to self-destruct on that job. It was the perfect job. I got the house, I got the keys, I got the wife, but I began to self-destruct because now I was in the story and I no longer want to play that role. I no longer wanted to be in accounting. I didn't like being in the cube, sitting down. Yeah, my name was on the cubicle, and I had my own computer, and I had accounts that I was responsible for, and I had to report to the CFO of my division. It seems all prestige, and you're doing your thing, but at the end of the day, I couldn't take it. It wasn't freeing for me. I felt locked down. I felt like something was going on with me. So what I had to do was I self-destruct, just be very honest. I messed up everything because I didn't know at that time what I was supposed to do or what was good for me. See, most people ain't gonna tell you that. They want to give you the game, but they ain't gonna tell you how they messed up in the game. They're gonna tell you, well, I was always thorough. I didn't always have it together. I didn't always have it together. I messed up. I self-destruct that completely. But I realized I wasn't dealing with the story that I was trying to uphold for my family, particularly even my father, that I had a good job. Don't mess it up. And I understand from a father standpoint, you want your son to do good and you want him to thrive. You got the family, you got to take care of the kids. But sometimes you got to find your own path and your own story. That's the real game. A lot of men, let me say this to men first, have not found their own path and their own story, and they're living someone else's dream for them and not their own. So you reordering your story. And I had to do it. I had to reorder it. I completely destroyed that and demolished that and got messed up in all kind of situations. But I had to reorder my story. And I had to go within, as one mentor say, go within or do without. I had to go within and reorder my story about who I was. What am I capable of? Same thing came to marriage and came to women. I had the wrong story about women. And I had to readjust, like, wait. Of course, I can see with my own two eyes the behavior of some women, but I had to realize that the story that I had about women was not completely accurate. It was tainted. It was skewed. It was messed up. And so I had to change the story about that. Every man has to, and let me say this, since I'm about to be 52 years old, every man has to reevaluate what he believes and what he stands on every so many years, or every year, or every other year, whatever the case may be. What was good when I was 25 ain't good for me for 52. What was good then ain't good now. I'm here to tell you what was good then ain't good now. Some things I want, some things I ain't gonna tolerate. So you got to do an evaluation of who you are and where you stand and where you going as a man. If you still doing the things you were doing when you was 19 or when you was 16, and you at this age, you are bound to mess up. I like the story when your father told you to tell yourself you will be on the honor roll. Yeah, that would be an honor roll story. And I actually became that. But I had to change the story. So how do you reorder your story? You go within and you begin to tell yourself another story about you. I'm gonna give some coming up, y'all really need to hear and how it works. So you have to retell you have to say, you know what? That's no longer the story that I believe about myself. I believe that I am already this person. I am already that person. I'm already sitting at these places. So I had to reorder my story about who I was. Because let's be very clear, even with the marriage, I was still single-minded in a marriage. So I never changed my story from being a married husband because I was still in the mindset of being a single man. Uh-oh, that might be too deep for some of y'all. I might wait. How are you gonna see I do and kiss her and all that kind of stuff? My mind didn't change because I wasn't a what? I was still a single man in my mind, in my story, but I was married and being single because I didn't change the story. I did all the things that you're supposed to do outwardly, but I didn't do the things that were needed to be done inwardly to make me a good husband. I was not being a good husband. And so I paid a price for that. So you got to reorder your story about who you are. Stop taking on the story of your family. Stop taking on the story of your community. Stop taking on the story what I'm black, I'm white, I'm this, and you taking on every other story, but taking on the right story about who you are. Is it going to happen overnight? You got to put in that work. You got to put in that work. Oh, I'm gonna play this one loud on repeat. Yeah. So I had to reorder my story, even about women. I'm with my cousin. We were younger. I can be clear. I can say it now. I was. I had to be around 6. Was I driving yet? I was about 15 years old. And it used to be we lived in a corner house and we lived up on a hill. Well, we lived in a corner house. We lived on the bottom of the hill. And people will walk up the hill to go to their house. And it would be this young lady. She had a jerry curl. She looked like she can do the wave and all like that. She was nice looking. And I remember my cousin that we was out there just talking, rapping, and telling our stories about stuff we done made up. And I at that time, my confidence level with women or talking to women was not there. Look at my 14, 15 years old. Now, mind you, I did go all night skating and things like that. I did go to the mall and get numbers. We had a little black book or a little notebook we used to have and had the numbers in there. I meet somebody at church or whatever the case may be, but my confidence wasn't there with talking to women. And I remember the lady was coming up the street and my cousin's like, oh, there she is. Now, she's a little older than me and my cousin. And she's walking up the street and it's dark. I hide behind a chair and I hide behind a tree and said, ooh, you look good. My cousin's like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, I hid behind a tree and told her to say, ooh, you look good. And she's like, what? And I done scurried away and ran. Because I didn't have the right story. I thought that's from what I seen from TV and the people I grew up with. That's how you're supposed to talk to women. Not realizing I had one single ounce of game in me at all. I was game deficient. When I'm saying game deficient, because I had the wrong story about women and how to approach them and how to talk. The time sure did change. Just tell you that much. So my point of telling that story is this. I had to reevaluate when I moved to Atlanta my story that I had about myself and what I had about women and what I thought about them. Because many of us men, I'll be the first one to admit, been given that fairy tale that these women are like this. Oh, women don't do that. Women are like this. You should do this. That's going to keep you in the blue pill simp mode, plain and simple. That's going to keep you in the blue pill simp mode with that kind of fairy tale thinking. And trust me, I was there. I was blue pilling it, popping them like, but I was losing all the time. And I see other people got around me winning. I had the wrong story. I had to jump out of that story, and then I jumped into red pill. I'm like, I can stay here for a bit, and then I'm out. Some guys never got out of the story of the red pill. And they mad in the story. They want to hurt everybody in the story. This ain't right. I can't believe this happened. Get out of the story of the red pill. My point is saying that when I was there in Atlanta, and I end up reading a book and changing the story of how I seen myself. I had to change the story of how I seen myself. Let me go a little bit deeper. I had not only had to change the story. Shout out to you, brother, for the sponsoring the chat today. Appreciate for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I had to change the story of not only how I seen myself, but I had to change the story of how others seen me. Whoa. I had to change what? The story of how not only how I see myself, but I had to change the story of how others seen me. Some of the problem ain't your story that you have, brother, sister. The real problem is the story that you have about how others see you. That's the real issue. You'll end up having a conversation with yourself of what you think that woman's going to say to you. You end up having a conversation about what this teacher's going to say, or what this employer is going to say, what this bank is going to say to you, and not realizing that all the time you have not changed how others see you in your story. This is where the game gets. They try to teach you to understand. You got to change the story about yourself, but you got to change the story about how you see how others see you. Well, you said others ain't none of my business what other people think about me. No, you're right. It's none of your business about how others see you. But you gotta say, let me step in their shoes, and people see me this way. People see me as a winner. People see me as a guy who has a brand. People see me as one who's doing what he needs to do. You have not changed the story about yourself, but you haven't changed the story about how others see you. Some of y'all go around your family, you still little boo boo. You still little you think people still look at you as the little boy or the little girl that you were, because you have not changed the story about how others see you. What do you mean, LD? This seems wrong. It's none of my business. Why should I worry about that? Because you're constantly you're projecting to them. You are projecting to them what you think they think about you. If this is making sense, let me know in the chat room, because I don't want to skate past this one because it's so important. Anytime, just keep it. Let me keep it a little bit more real. Anytime I was going, if I say for the interview, I'm going for an interview. If I thought in any way that I was not going to get the job, and I thought for them that they didn't think I was qualified, guess what happened? I didn't get the job, and nor did I feel or even think that I was qualified, because I was thinking and feeling for them. This goes the same way when you interact with women. Some of y'all are thinking for the women and you'll have no clue what they're thinking about you. Makes good sense. Right. Thank you, Way. I appreciate that. Some of y'all are thinking for other people what they think about you. and it's robbing you in the game. It's robbing you in moving forward. It's robbing you and doing you thinking for the other people. That's one of my thing. My thing is don't think for me. But what you have to do is begin to, let me say it this way. You have to step into their shoes and allow them in your conversation to see you how you want to be seen. You are the director, you are the actor or actress in your movie. You have to step into step into their shoes and begin to say, hey, they see me this way. They see me as a winner. They see me as a person that's about my business, standing on business. They see me as a person who's doing things. You have to step into their shoes and begin to see yourself how you want to be seen. This is how you reorder your story. Then what you can do is you walk through life not affected by what you see on the outside because you can go inside and change everything. You can go inside and begin to change everything around you because you reorder the story inside of you and you reorder the story how others interact with you. Some of y'all aren't even realizing that you have a story that people should be treating you bad. Some of y'all have a story that people should be robbing you, taking advantage of you, doing certain things to you, treat you like you ain't good because you have that story about how other people should treat you. So no matter how much game I give you, if you don't deal with that story about how you think other people should treat you, you will be treated that way. Plain and simple. There's no other way around. You see, what happened is people want the game, but they violate the laws. They violate the laws of the mind. So I can give you the game, but if you have the right mindset, you're not going to be efficient in the game. So you got to begin to allow people to see you how you want to be seen. So I'll give you an example. If I go into a particular store, I don't go there thinking people look at me as, oh, he ain't got no money, he might steal something. No, I go in there knowing that they look at me as a person who has means, who's willing to buy something, who's taking care of business. I have the conversation for them before I even walk in. And guess what happened? People end up treating me that way. Man, y'all got to get this. People begin to treat me that way. Why? Because I have already had the conversation for them. I've seen them already interacting with me like I am the prize. Okay, that went down. I already seen them interacting with me like I'm about business. I've already had that conversation inside and I've already dealt with it. So I reordered everything. That's the real game. Do you think of football? We in basketball season. Basketball anyway. Anyway, we're gonna use basketball. That they go into play basketball looking to lose. No, I'm sort of. Anyway. No, they're already that's why it's almost like you studying the tapes of life and you are reordering what they're going to do when they interact with you. Why? Because you are the director of your story. You are the one in place to make things happen. You are the one who can change things or not change things. See, this is the thing. The real game, let me say it this way. And society may not like this, religion may not like this, other content creators may not like this, Facebook and all like that. The real game is when you realize that you have the power. It's not in tricks, techniques, and none of that. It's when you realize that you, as an individual, talking to men because this is a man's channel, that you have the power. I'm not talking about doing something. You don't want to do something to somebody else that you don't want done to you. Just be very clear. But you realize that you have the power. Too many times in the game, your story is you constantly giving your power away to people, to situations, to problems, to things that are around you that don't serve you at all. Because you are drunken, intoxicated by what you see on the outside, and not drunken and intoxicated and knowing that the real game that's on the inside is going to reflect on the outside of you. Yep. Your religions definitely don't like that statement. You got that right. Because the real power is inside of you. I'm the real power is where? The real power is inside of you. It's not in 5 steps to do this. It's not in that. When you realize that the real power is inside of you, you change the game. You change your story. You become the director. You become the actor. And you decide who comes on your platform or on your stage and begins to interact with you with dialogue. You write the script for them. That's when you realize that you have the power. That's the real game. You determine the script that they're going to play out in your life. You're the one. Says, no, it's not me. It's always them. It's the women, these hyenas, these modern women. Who told you to bring the modern woman on the stage anyway? Who told you to bring those hyenas up on stage anyway? Who told you to bring, Miss, I need to go, I don't go to Cheesecake Factory to your stage anyway? Who told you who deal with someone that's don't want to cooperate? Who told you to bring that story up there? You did. See, we don't want to take responsibility. That's why I teach the gospel of responsibility. The gospel of responsibility says you are the one who brought these people on your stage called your life. That's how you reorder your life. When you take back your power and stop being a punk. There's women out here, LDA. These modern women. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. They keep doing all this stuff. They keep taking all the money. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. Please stop. It's the devil in them. The devil doing this to him. It's the devil doing all this stuff. They need to be red pill. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me give you the real game. When you realize that you're the director, the actor, and you bring in all the props and things into your life that is all within you, I'm gonna tell you like this. You can fire and you can hire who's going to be in your story. You can hire and you can fire, or you can write. You know how they do in stories sometimes when the actor and the having contract problems, they end up they just conveniently write them out the story. So and so just happened to die, or they just happened to go to another city and never came back. Some of y'all need to be getting to the right place and begin to write some things out of your story. That's the real game. When you begin to write it out of your, no, that's not in my story. Let me put put this in my story. Because you have the power. Not outside of you, but within you. The power is in you. And everything around you is trying to get you to see that the power is outside of you, in the sky, in the ground, in a book, or in a trinket, or in something else. The whole goal of this, even this show, the thinking class and everything that we do, is for you to wake up and realize that the real power that resides It's inside of you. Now, this is the thing. Don't come up here. I got the power. I can do all this stuff. LD, yeah, you right. You talking that right stuff. You talking that game. Does that mean that you go and violate anybody and that you go and violate the laws? You would find yourself in jail with that power. But they say with great power comes great responsibility. So don't come up here. Well, I heard you, LDA. Yeah, man, you talking that truth, man. You find yourself in the you find yourself in jail. You find yourself in prison. You find yourself maybe deleted if you think you're going to go around and do whatever you want because you got the power. No. With great power becomes great responsibility. So don't come up here talking that stuff. Yeah, man, I did what you said, LDA. No. You're not going to put it on me. Because I done gave this warning right now. It comes with responsibility. That's why you don't give keys to a toddler to a 2-ton car. Why? He's bound to crash something. This is only for responsible people. For responsible to realize how they use their minds correctly. Yep. Have to stay with honor, within honor, correct. And how to use your mind correctly. The problem many of you have in the game ain't the game. It's your mind that is completely wrong. It's completely out of sync. That's all I'm doing with the thinking class, is getting you to get your mind correct about who you are and reordering your story about who you are. But don't come up here tell me I use this power of the mind and you find yourself we'll be sending a shout out to you in the correctional facilities. Don't come over here talking that stuff. It's a gospel of responsibility. So you want to do that? You do that. But back to the story. You reorder your story when you begin to write a new story about yourself and about those people that you have in. You have the ability to give them. You have the ability to give them talking parts. You ever seen a movie and somebody, they don't have but 1 or 2 lines? Hey, how you doing? Is that your car over there? And that's all the lines they have inside of the movie. You got to realize some people, you got to minimize their talking parts in your story. You got to minimize the talking parts that you're giving other people in your life. You got to turn it on mute. You're giving too many talking parts out. Too many talking parts to doubt, unbelief, that you can't make it, things ain't gonna work out right. You're giving too many talking parts out to other people. You reorder your mind, you reorder your story when you realize that you are the writer, you are the director, and you are the actor in your story. And that means that you have the power to determine who shows up in your story, what they say, and what they will not say. Well, LDA, what if somebody say something to me? Out here, we talk about all this mind stuff, and in your mind and in your imagination is the God. And all. What if somebody say something to me? You have the decision whether you're going to entertain something on the outside of you and be moved by it, or are you going to reorder the story on the inside of you? One of the things that one of the teachers that I love to listen to was Neville's. I'm a Neville Garter fanatic or fan, whatever the case may be. He would say at the end of the night, you go over your day from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Y'all pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. Pay attention to this.
You can't make this up.
Pay attention to this. Neville Garter will say this. At the end of the night, you find a relaxing place to close your eyes. And you go over everything that happened during the course of your day. Pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm saying. And what you do is you go over from the moment you wake up to the moment you sit down in that chair or you lay in bed and you relax. And you go over everything that happened, what happened, interactions that you have with certain people or different, with your family, with the dog, with the cat, with the mouse, whatever the case may be, with cheese that you eat, you didn't want cheese or whatever. You go over everything through the course of your day. Pay attention. And anything that happened that you thought that was not good or needed to be adjusted, you readjust it in your story of that day. So you go and you say, you know what? That lady, that dude, I was in my car and somebody cut me off and I gave him the middle finger. I gave him the bird. What you do is you go back in your imagination. I'm telling you how to reorder your story. Pay attention. You go back in your imagination, what happened through the course of the day, and you see that person now that they didn't cut you off and that you actually waved at each other. Let me say that again. I'm telling you how to reorder. You go through the course of your day from morning to evening, and you see the things in your course of your day that you liked and that you do not like. And you begin to readjust in your imagination. Remember, I said the imagination is the playground of the gods. You go into your imagination and you reorder what took place during the course of the day that you thought that was not favorable for you. I have editing software that I use for photos and videos. Now I can change history. Somebody's catching on what I'm getting at. Yep. So you go through the course of the day and you've seen that person cut you off, and you see him that they didn't cut you off and that you waved, and you say, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And y'all kept on driving. What are you doing? As Truth Challenge Proof said, I have editing software that I use for photos and videos. Now I can change history. So now you can go and edit what took place in the course of your day and edit it down to what you want it to be or what you thought it should be. Remember, I'm using thought first, and then once you got the feeling that is done, you let it go and you go to the next thing, or you drop off to sleep. I hope people catch what I'm saying. I'm giving you some serious game. So say you had an interaction with a young lady and it didn't go well. She's like, "Hey, you got awkward. You got to hate. How you doing? My name is," you start talking all crazy. You go back over that event and you go back and you edit it. I love editing. I love editing. I can edit on my phone really fast. And you re-edit that whole event. It doesn't have to be long. How long does it need to be? A couple seconds. You re-edited how it should have been when you interacted with that particular young lady. I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, because I'm giving to you some serious game right now. So let me say it again. You go through the course of your day from beginning to the end. And if it's something that was not favorable or that you did not like, you think it didn't go right, you go back into your imagination when you relax and you re-edit that situation so it turns out like you thought it should have turned out. Change your mindset. What do you think is going to happen when you become proficient in doing this? You'll realize that what you have re-edited in your imagination will begin to project in your reality. What you have re-edited in your imagination will begin to project in your reality. What I'm doing is telling you how to change your story, how to change your game when it comes to different things. Some of y'all have not. Now, this I'm saying from the course of the day. Samuel got the wrong story about money. You need to re-edit that story and tell it how it should be. Let me say that again. You need to re-edit that story about money and say, oh, no, this is how money really works for me. You don't need to tell nobody. You need to say, yeah, man, guess what I did, man? I told everybody how I re-edited this. I did this thing the LDA said. He gave me some mindset game. I'm giving you the game. When you re-edit it, now this is the thing. You re-edit it until you sense and you feel that this story, the new story that you tell, is the correct story, and you let it go. You don't got to keep doing it every day, every day. No, you re-edit it to the point where you're like, you know what? That's how it really happened. This is not about lying. Don't be going there lying. So, well, LDA is giving us permission to lie. No, I'm talking about the gospel responsibility. I'm talking about going to your imagination and re-edit what took place during the course of that took place. That's the real nuts and bolts of the game. Masters do this all the time. They may see something that's unfavorable. What they do is they go within and they readjust it how they want it to play out. I don't know. I thought this was a master class, people that were on a different level. And what they do is they see it how it should have happened. And then they let it go. Yeah, this fire, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Wade. I appreciate it. So if you see something, now even if it was something good that you had during the course of your day, you want to take it to the next level, you see it even better. So you go through the course of your day and you see it. So what we do is you see it through the course of the day and you adjust it how you want it to be. You've been doing this already. You've been doing what I've been saying, what I'm telling you to do already. So this ain't nothing new. Get into a disagreement with someone and see how much you argue inside your mind. Let me say that again. Get into a disagreement with somebody and see how much you've been arguing in your head about that person. I could have told them that they ain't no good. They never. You automatically having a conversation. So don't tell me I'm telling you something that's spooky wooky and something. Oh, that don't sound like God. That don't sound like Jesus. That don't sound right. I save it. You're doing it already. What you do is adjust the conversation where you guys are amicable and that you're talking and that you're in love and that whatever, if that's the case, or that you and the person now are our best buds, whatever the case may, how it plays out. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing bad replays. So don't tell me LDA teaching some kind of spooky ghost stuff. I'm not teaching you nothing that you already are not doing, and I'm just giving you more pointers on how to do it correct. I'm telling you how to change the story. Because you've been replaying when that person cuts you off. Yeah, man, I can't believe they cut me off. Then you can begin to tell everybody else. And you think about it while you're eating your chicken. You're eating about it while you got a latte. This person shouldn't have cut me off. I don't know who they think they are. You're replaying that story in your mind. And you have not edited it on how it should have turned out. And you're playing right into it. Y'all have this the thing. All I'm doing is I'm pulling the covers back and exposing the conversation you've been having with yourself. I remember my father gave me that book years ago. I don't know if I still have it. It may be in my library. I think it's The Power of Talking to Yourself. You've been doing it already. You have that conversation already inside your mind. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe it. You having the same you keep playing the same. You on repeat. You know how you picture what can I say, CD? You picture whatever on repeat. You're on repeat because you keep playing back the same stuff, and you're wondering why the story has not changed. You keep replaying it. And it's just you and your imagination and with your whole conversation by yourself. And ain't nobody else there but you. Don't tell me you haven't did it. Or you go to a nice restaurant. Ooh, this place is good. Yeah, I love this. You already told yourself and pumped yourself up that you're going to this particular restaurant. It's going to be good. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to be good. Going to meet your expectation or it's not. But my point is, You've been doing it already. All I'm just doing is giving you practical, hands-on tools that you can use to actually change your game, to change your story about what you've been telling yourself. So, like I said, from the beginning of the day to the course of the end of the day, you go through and see what wasn't favorable, what didn't work, what did work, what conversation I had that was favorable, what didn't work, what can I have done better, and you re-edit it and you let it go. Keyword: re-edit it till you think to what you thought is done, and then you let it go. Some of y'all be keeping that conversation going and be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you no. You edit it and you let it go, and you drop off to sleep. Watch what happens when you begin to exercise your mind this way. You will see your world begin to change right before your eyes. Let me say that again. Watch what happens. Your world will begin to change right before your eyes when you begin to go inside and edit, touch up, readjust, cut out, put in, overlay things. See, I'm using terms because I do this. Overlay, cut out, adjust, brighten, tint, all those things that you do to how it should be. Your story around you will begin to change. Not only will your story begin to change, you will see people begin to interact with you begin to change. It will begin to what? Change when you begin to change how you see yourself and how you see the world and how you think the world sees you. That, if anything, I can put a feather in my hat. I don't have a feather in this hat. Put a feather in the hat right there. Not only change how your story about how you see yourself, but to change how you think people see you. I'm gonna say this again because I got people listening. Many times the problems that we have is because of what we think other people are thinking about us, or how we think other people are viewing us. Oh, they don't view me as I ain't no good. You having a whole conversation inside of your mind because you believe that you believe that they're thinking that about you, and they are not thinking none of those things about you. They're like, what? I wasn't even thinking that. But because you was thinking, they're gonna reflect what you think about yourself. All they're gonna do is project what you think about yourself. All they're gonna do is reflect what you've been thinking about yourself. I hope this is making sense. I'm making it as simple as possible that you understand. If you're picking up when I put it down, put a number 2 in the or put a 52 in the chat room. I'm about to be 52 in a couple days. Put that in the chat room. 52. If you understanding what I'm saying when it comes to this, and that you're going to actually put it to work and put it to action. There's no need to get this game. You don't put some legs on it. You don't put no action. Like my bro said, faith without works is dead. Put a 52 in the chat room if you understanding what I'm saying, how I'm breaking it down. Good, appreciate it. Thank you. And for all my people that are in the clouds, I see you. This is some fire game, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, because it changes everything. 52. I will put it to work. Thank you so much. You think I'm playing, you think this is all gun and smoking? Put it to work. Test it out. Say, LD, I tried it, man. This stuff didn't work. Prove me wrong. See if it works. See if it works. I gave you clear-cut, precision, precise game on how to do this. See if it works. Put it to work. You don't gotta trust me. You don't gotta believe me. Don't. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it this way. Don't believe me. Don't trust me. Say I'm a farce. Say I'm just over here talking on the side of my neck. He don't know. He just dressed nice. That's all it is. He got the beard, whatever the case may be. Don't trust me. See if it works. See what happens in your life. See what takes place. See how it plays out. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to trust me. You don't believe you want to take on this game. You can go back to the elementary level you want to, but this is for mastery level because you play chess with no one else but yourself. You play chess with life with no one else but yourself. You don't gotta trust me. Nah, this ain't right. This ain't good. This ain't LDA talking crazy. But Monday is LDA's birthday. 52 years old. 52 spins around this. 52 spins around this great earth. 52 years. I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I will be doing a stream on Monday evening. Let me say it that way. Not Monday morning, Monday evening. We'll be doing a stream there. Maybe I get my sons to come up. Yeah, I think I will get my sons to come up. I will be doing a stream on Monday on my birthday. So I want you guys to definitely be there. 52 is the number. 52. You can put $1.52. You can put $52 and whatever the case may be. Whatever you want to do. 5,200, whatever the case may be, as long as it's a 5 and a 2 next to each other. That is Monday. Celebrate my birthday on Monday. Let's talk. I may have a special. I may get Gov to come up. We're gonna chop it up. But Monday is my birthday. I turned 52 years old. I am grateful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everybody who gives, everybody that listens, everyone who participates, who gets this game. I am completely grateful and thankful. You have no clue. You have no clue how grateful I am to everyone who listens. People who talk to me even outside of when they see me outside on YouTube. LD, I got something for you soon. I'm going to surprise you with the multiples. All right. Appreciate that. All right, put a little dance on that. I got it. I got something coming to you. Oh, shout out to you, man. LD, I got something coming for you soon. I'm going to surprise you with multiple surprises. All right. See you soon. All right. Shoot, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for 52 years around the sun. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. 52 years around the sun. Still here. I had to get me a little silk pocket square to make, the brother had to get that silk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, gotta do that. Let me see. Everything isn't about monetary, but in this case, it is a plus more. You gonna make me go get wait, is that? Hey, 1, 2, 1, 2. Plus one. Appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Thank you for the super chats, cash apps. Thank you for everyone who listened. Thank you. Take what I'm saying to you. Don't just take this as he just give it a lesson. No, take it and apply it. Don't trust me. You don't got to believe me. Go see what I'm talking about if it works. Go see if it works. You've been doing it anyway, so just do it the right way. Don't trust me. Don't believe me. Go just see if it works. Just see if it works. See if it works. See, some people say, well, man, he talking all this stuff on here. Go see what I've said if it works. Apply it. See, this the thing. Most people, the mirror challenge. Whoa, boy, the I am. That's powerful. See, know about the mirror challenge. We got to bring that back. Go see if this really works. Don't listen to somebody if you don't apply what they say work. See, this the thing. We got a lot of people who got itching ears for, I want to get the new technology. I want to get the new thing of what to do and how to do this, how to get women and how to make more money. If you're looking for schemes and you're looking for a fast way to do something, this ain't the place for you. All right. This ain't the place for If you're looking for a quick way, you're looking for 5 silver bullets on how to do something, this ain't the one for you. We're about transformation. You looking for, hey man, give me a line I need to say to get this girl number. Tell me the line to get her into the bedroom. What do I need to do to get by? This ain't the place for you. Sorry. Wrong place. This is transformation. Transformation, which is completely different. But you got to put in the work. I keep hearing Rihanna, work. You got to put in the work. You got to say, let me see what this stuff LDA is talking about, if it really works. Let me test it out. You got to get in the car and test drive this and see if it works. And you can't try it once. Hey, I tried it once. This ain't work, man. You a false prophet. You a person. You don't know what you're talking about. Put it to work. Come back with your own story. My dude, this, listen right here. When he did the mirror challenge, we did this last year, early in the year. He did the mirror challenge, and we did it on a particular phrase that we use. He began to find money. I think he found $5 in the grass or something like that. That's real talk. When he did the mirror challenge, let's just keep it real. When he did the mirror challenge last year, he began to get money. Somebody gave him some money. He did the mirror challenge and it worked. So I'm not telling you something that don't work, but you got to work it. Bro, please tell them that you did. Let them know in the chat room that you did the mirror challenge and what happened, because they think I'm pulling my leg or I'm paying you. I'm not paying nobody to say nothing they don't want to say. You say real talk. Yeah, real talk. Think it, be it, do what you think and be. Correct. Yeah, let them know in the chat room. So basically, have the good conversation you heard. Somebody catching it. Wait a minute. Let me put the low on this. You said what? So basically, have the good conversation in your head already. Then it projects itself on the outside. Also edit how your day was supposed to go so you can write the next day in good faith. Oh my God, that's in a nutshell. That's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. So basically have the good conversation in your head already. Then it projects, then it will project yourself on the out. It will project itself on the outside. Correct. Also edit how your day was supposed to go so you can write the next day in good faith. Man, if that was a summation of what I'm saying today, that's it right there. You have summarized this. You have give the what do you call that? You gave the notes. You didn't gave everything right there is what I've been saying throughout this hour and 18 minutes and 25 seconds. So basically you have a good conversation in your head. Yeah, already. Then it projects yourself on the outside. Correct. Also edit how your day was supposed to go so you can write the next day in good faith. I'm giving you the boom game. Because this the problem, especially when you teach this kind of stuff about the mind. So many people get caught up in their mind and the mind work and they don't do anything. Or you got the other version, some people who do a lot of things, but their mind is empty. They haven't did the and they have not. So some people get so caught up, they get caught up and I ain't adjusted my mind and I did this and I did the meditation and I did what LDA say, and guess what they do? They don't do any kind of action. Then we got people who do all kind of actions, but their mind ain't right. Their mind is not right. So they doing all these actions and wondering why they fight in the air because they have not changed their mind. But we got the other person who would change their mind but don't want to do nothing. Nope. Not here. Nope. Don't come over here if you don't want to do nothing. Don't come over here. You don't want to do nothing. Don't think I'm about to give you those silver pill or give you 5 steps. Nope. Nope. Put it to work. Test it out. Test drive it. I dare you to get in the car. Prove me wrong. Prove me what I'm saying ain't right. Show me where. Come. I'm gonna prove you wrong, LDA. What you said, and I'm gonna go by step by step. Did you do this? Did you do that? How long did you do that? What did it? I'm gonna go right through you. Prove me wrong. Show me. Nah, this ain't this. He talking that crazy. See, the thing of it is, people are hear this, but they don't do nothing with it. That's the same thing in the game. That's a game with life. That's a game with courses. People get information and they do nothing with it. But I'm gonna tell you how one way that you will do something with it. I'm about to give this game. The game is not sold, it's told. No, the game is not sold. The game is sold and not told. That's the correct way. Forgive me, game people. Forgive me, pimps. Forgive me, pimp bets and all like that. Let me say it this way. The game is not told, it's sold. So let me say this. The moment you have to put some pain or some money on it, oh baby, you're gonna do this. Because you didn't put some sweat equity in it. But if you've been paying attention, you put in sweat equity. But I'm here to tell you, the game is not told, it's sold. That means you got to pay a price for this. And how do you pay a price? With your attention, but with action. That's what most people don't get. Oh, this is so good. I like this. Oh my God. This is now with action. 10 toes down. Getting it, doing what you need to do. That this to separate the men from the boys and the girls from the ladies. Because you can hear this like, oh, this is so wow, I'm going to edit it. I'm going to do all these things OVA said. And he gave me I got a whole summation of what else. If you don't do nothing with it, you wasting your own, and the words of somebody was saying, you wasting your own damn time. It is your own ass fault. Right there. Game without works is dead. Facts.
You can't make this up.
Let me say that again, Rap here.
You can't make this up.
Game without works is dead. Don't talk about, I gotta get the game. I hear what you're saying with the mind thing, LDA. If you don't do nothing with it, shut up. That ain't what I want to say, though. You know what I want to say? It's my birthday. It's about to be my birthday, so I ain't gonna go there. But shut up. We got too many people on the YouTube streams giving all this information, and you ain't doing nothing with it. Test it out. Get in the car. Smell the leather. Put your foot on the brake. Put your foot on the gas. Turn the corner. Test it out. Prove me wrong. I dare you. No, I don't want, no, I don't, you gotta, no. Dare you. Game without works is dead. You can always tell who's been doing it. Like I said, when he did that mirror challenge, he got results. Say this again. Let me rewind this back right here. When bro did the mirror challenge that we had last year, got results immediately. Why? Because he applied it and it worked. It's about results over here. If you ain't getting results, you don't need to be here. It's about transformation and results. Plain and simple. I don't know what y'all been listening to. I'm all for getting. I like entertaining things, but it should be about getting quantifiable results in your life. Let me say it again. It should be about getting quantifiable results in your life. If you listen to what I'm saying or anybody else, you should be saying, is this going to transform me? Second of all, am I going to get the results in my life? All this other stuff, please pass it to. I don't want it. You want results in your life. We got too many people talking. That's why I listen to some of the stuff on. I listen to some of the stuff. I don't know why I'm going here. I listen to some of the stuff on YouTube, on Facebook, and Instagram. I'm like, y'all talking good, but y'all don't got results. And second of all, what you're saying sounds good, sounds salacious. It's itching ears. It sounds real good, but in real life, it don't play out like that. Or you're, really, as I listen to some of the stuff, I'm like, really? You really said that on the internet? You don't got no results. When you have results, you don't need to announce them. I'm giving now. Y'all got me charged up. When you have results, you don't need to announce them. The results speak for themselves. You don't need to walk around and say you're the boss when you are the boss. I've said this many times. Anytime a man got to announce that he's the man, he is not the man. Anytime the woman said, I'm independent, I can do all this, you already know she ain't that. Anytime you hear that, you already know. You don't need to announce what you already are. What I am speaks for itself. But put it to work. Test what I'm saying. Test what I'm saying. Like I said, the game is not told, it's sold. And trust me, you think I'm giving away this free game and there's not a price tag to it? Or you paying for it? It comes with the price. You pay with your attention. You pay with the money. Money will really get your attention. I'm here to tell you. Think about it. I'm just be very clear. Be real talk around here. You have more incentive if you had to pay $20,000 for a course at an Ivy League school versus you pay $2 at a community college. How much attention are you going to really be paying? That $20 is going, that $20,000 is going to be like, ooh, I better pay attention because I don't want to lose my investment. Once you realize that the game is not sold, it's not told, it's sold, that you realize it's an investment into you, it changes your whole thing. You start looking at life completely different. What do I need to invest in so that I can be better in what I am? I made an investment, think about 2 weeks ago, in a course, 300 and some change thing. The time watching this video was valuable. Correct. There you go. I'm telling you. I can't tell you to invest if I don't invest. I had to invest in me. I got a couple books I need to look at, a couple videos I look at. I made a 300 plus investment into what I do. Why? Because in order to rearrange my story, sometimes I got to pay you. In order to rearrange your story, you gotta pay the price. Some of y'all want the easy cake, easy bake oven. Ooh, just give it to me. Give it to me like this. Every man knows. You don't value something unless you have to work for it. I'm giving you game right there. You don't value it to the degree that you would until you have to work for it, and it did not come easy. I value my car because it did not come easy. You did not see me when I was on the bus, on the health line, on the number 1 or the 28, riding up down Euclid, catching the number 10. So I value my car. It has gas in there. It gets washed. I make sure it's vacuumed, smell good. Why? Because I value transportation. When I want to leave, I can leave. When I want to go, I can go. When I don't want to go, I can just leave the car there and go. Doop, 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 doop. Why? Because I value it. But let me stop because it's like I sound like a father right now. Let me stop. It's like a big unk trying to give some wisdom to people. Don't just listen to this. Put it to action. Test it out. Come back and tell me, yo, I did this and it worked. You need to reach me. You can reach me at mrlradioshow@gmail.com. Hey, this is so-and-so. I listened to what you said. Reach out to me on Instagram. That's one of the best ways to get me. Instagrams. I'm on there every day. Hey, I tested out LDA. Hey, let me tell you what happened. That's the best time to do it. Let me stop because I know I'm going in. Some people can't handle this because some people can't handle it because they ain't never have a father in their life. You've been mothered for too long. You can't handle as they would say, you can't handle strong meat. You can't handle strong drink. Prove me that what I'm saying ain't working. When I ain't right? This stuff LDA saying he talking good, but ain't saying I don't know. Prove me wrong. Go see if it works or not. As my brother said right here, game without works. Now, if we see somebody else use this, we know where they got it from. Game without works is dead. Put it a test. See if it worked. You ain't got to trust me. You ain't got to believe in me. And if I tell you correctly, if I say it correctly, as I did in my consultation, you need a consultation. Like I don't get what you're saying, LD. I'm hearing you, but I don't get it. You need to set up a consultation. You need to set up a consultation because you better get it now while I'm in the birthday mood because I'm about to raise the prices on the consultation, on the coaching, rather. But I'm because I don't want to say it's consultation, it's rather coaching because all I'm doing is doing this one thing. I'm just you showing you. So you might want to get in that coaching before I raise the hammer up and raise the price will go up. And I over deliver in my coaching. I over deliver. So don't. I'm just saying, if you get it, you better get it now by the end of March because the hammer about to go up and I'm about to increase. I'm just letting you know. Just let you know. You get that one-on-one, and I make sure I over deliver. So matter of fact, I still got to deliver some video to one person. I got to figure out how to cut it up and get it to him. But I over deliver. But you want to know how to reorder your? Go back and listen to what I said today. Put it to work. Test out what I'm saying. I'm tired of these mama boys wanting everything to be easy peasy and they don't want to do nothing. Oh my God, easy. Can you make it easy? And no. Put in the work. I'm trying to, there you go. Yeah, put in the work. Somebody asked, what's the mirror challenge? The mirror challenge. So if you've been listening to me long enough. Let me break it down what the mirror challenge is. We haven't did it in a while. We need to do it. The mirror challenge. And I'm gonna bring back that that what do you call that? That site where the community where you can talk and you can ask questions in there. But the mirror challenge is where and I gave it away already, when you go in the mirror and you tell yourself what you want to happen that has already happened. You do it when you brush your teeth in the morning. I hope you got some teeth. You don't got a couple teethuses. You do it when you brush your teeth. You do it when you look in the mirror. You tell yourself something that's already happened and you do it before you go to bed. So the mirror challenge is that you tell yourself a particular thing that's already happened. I'll give you the example. When I was out there at the club in Atlanta, going to Vegas nights and 112 and all like that, what I would do, I would go into the mirror and say, yo, I already got the numbers. I already pulled already. She already gave me the number. I'm about to have a lovely night. It's going to be good. Matter of fact, I'm going to get a chick to pay for my drink. I would go through that whole process, look in the mirror, and I say it to the place where I'm like, got it. And then I let it go. What do you think will happen? It reflected back. The mirror reflect back to me what I've said. So the mirror challenge is you do it for so many days. In the morning when you brush your teeth, anytime you look in the mirror, when you go to bed, you tell yourself a phrase or affirmation in the tense that is already taking place. Like what? I'm already that. Okay, cool. Something simple, and watch what happens. I don't suggest you saying, I'm gonna be a millionaire. You don't believe that. Tell yourself something simple and watch what happens. That's the mirror challenge. We need to do that. Then we're gonna do the 48-hour challenge. 48-hour challenge. With that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. This is when spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. Join me on Monday for my birthday. 52 years old on Monday. Join me then as we're going to celebrate Monday for my birthday. So definitely get ready for that on my birthday. So definitely 52 come in. I think I'm gonna come around 7 o'clock in the evening, about 7, or even maybe a little later. Come in, chop it up, because a lot of times I miss a lot of people during the daytime. You can catch me in the evening. We're gonna do it on Monday around 7, maybe 8. Just talk, bring some people up, bring my sons up. Maybe they come on camera, they may not. We're gonna just talk, chop it up. But this is Lawrence D. Adams. When spirituality and the game combines. You have the thinking class. Let me do this. Stop cam. And we out of here. Peace. Got to do the game. You want to be the game. Game without works is dead. Game without works is dead. Game without work. Telling these people, you got to put in that work. Peace. Oh, but wait a minute, I gotta cut this off. Wait a minute. Where am I? How to cut this off? People got to put in that work. Man, what song is this?
Execute Order 66. Execute Order 66.
Got to put in that work. Peace.